You gotta get all the shots, you know.
Oh, you're recording already?
Yeah.
The YouTube channel, the vlogs.
Contribution is appreciated.
I didn't go to the gym today.
Our journey began on a Saturday afternoon as we finished up all our last-minute packing at home. Around noon, our friend Aziz came over to help us load up the car, and we got on the road. It worked out well for everyone that Aziz was able to tag along. We got some extra muscle power to lug around all 7 suitcases, plus some extra good vibes. In turn, Aziz was able to take the car on a little weekend road trip before returning it home for us.
This was our nice view on the drive to Chicago by the wind farms. As we were driving, I was explaining to Julie and Aziz about the importance of wind farms, how they work, since I work in the energy industry. And we were just talking about many things, just sports, life, whatsoever. And then once we got to Chicago, we settled in our hotel. We said goodbyes to Aziz, and we enjoyed a nice dinner with drinks at Bar Louie. A few pre-trip drinks was just the relaxation we needed before retiring early for the night.
Here are some of the feelings we had the night before. We did record this part on our DSLR camera, so the quality may not be that great.
Alright, so what's going on? We just want to make this film or this video to look back at it really in the years to come, and we just don't want to, I personally don't want to forget how I've been feeling and what I looked like, and it's pretty much like a very big deal. We're going to Ethiopia I'm going back for the first time in 7 years. I never went back since I came here.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I'm going back with my wife. It's our first time there. It's our first time meeting my family. So, I mean, it's a pretty big deal in our lives. And yeah, just want to have it as a memory, like, for the years to come, and I just don't want to forget it.
Okay guys, here's another disclaimer. As I start to speak my part, I want you guys to know that I just had my wisdom teeth removed a few days ago. My face is swollen. I'm barely keeping it together. I'm in so much pain. So just keep that in mind if I'm talking slow or I look a little irritated. And this is like my first time meeting his whole family. Like, I've only met like 2 people from his family so far. So, like, no pressure. And it's my first time traveling outside of the US in like 10 years. So it's like a really big trip for both of us.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to it for about, I don't know, 3 years, 3.5 years. I mean, we got married 3.5 years ago, so we never had a wedding, we never had anything, like, I mean, COVID and all that. So this whole time we've been looking forward to this, and God's timing and by the will of the Lord, here we are. Now it's time. So tomorrow is our flight.
Tomorrow morning,
Tomorrow morning, we have to wake up at 4 a.m., bro. It's it's gonna be a very eventful month and a half coming up for us.
It's like I've been looking forward to this trip since we got married, and for the last 6 months at least, like, time cannot go any faster. I'm ready. I can leave tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I just want to go. But then this last week, like, I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and that's like really had an impact on my week.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's like, instead of focusing on the trip, I was just kind of like in pain.
It hasn't registered yet.
I don't know when it will. I tried telling myself, like, I'm going to stop saying it doesn't feel real, because I might as well just live in the moment, and whatever it feels like is just what it's like. But then I keep saying it doesn't feel real.
Yeah. So
So this is the next morning. We woke up for a 4 a.m. alarm and surprisingly felt pretty refreshed. I was a little bit nervous that neither of us would have had a good night's sleep, especially since we're not used to getting up that early. But I think getting up early the previous day on Saturday to do all the last minute packing and cleaning really helped to tire us out so that we could get to bed early and wake up for the flight without a problem.
Right.
At 5 a.m., we hauled all our suitcases back downstairs to catch the complimentary airport shuttle. Just before 6 a.m., we began checking our bags and headed over to security. I was pleasantly surprised at how fast TSA was going, especially on a holiday weekend. I feel like having an early flight really helped us out there. At this point, we've been moving around for a few hours, so we grabbed breakfast and a seat at our gate. We had plenty of extra time, so Ebenezer called his family to let them know we were about to depart, while I journaled for a bit. Before we knew it, we were already boarding the plane and in our seats. Here's the amazing view we had, a seat directly on the wing. And here's the takeoff footage as we commence our journey for real. Ciao America.
Since our flight was a 14-hour flight, our airlines provided 3 meals for us, lunch, dinner, and breakfast the following morning. The meals really exceeded our expectations. They were really good. Julie really enjoyed the desserts. I did as well. My main concern on this flight was Arsenal was playing Man United. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any streaming services to watch the game live since we were 40,000 feet above the ground. And we just followed the game on live commentary on Google, and we were so excited Arsenal beat Man United on a stoppage time. Go you Gunners! Other than that, the flight was pretty routine flight. We just couldn't sleep the whole 14 hours. We just sat and then watched movies. Julie watched the whole Harry Potter series, and I just was hopping in from movies to movies. I watched the local movies on Ethiopian Airlines, the Amharic movies, and I switched to English movies and documentaries. But other than that, it was a very good flight.
I did manage to squeeze in about an hour-long nap before the cabin crew turned the lights on and served us breakfast. I guess Ebenezer and I were both in disbelief or shock maybe for most of the flight since we waited so long, a good 3 years to see this day. And for Ebenezer it was even longer, it was over 7 years. So there was definitely a range of emotions as the flight was landing. It only took us about 30 minutes to get off the airplane when it landed, and passport control was very relaxed and pretty fast actually in my opinion. Once we passed the passport control, we picked up our baggage with the help of a porter. We had 2 full carts plus our personal bags, so we really appreciated his help. The airline also had our bags at a few different places, so he helped us track everything down. It was worth the money. He helped Ebenezer wheel the bags all the way to the parking lot where his family was waiting to greet us.